Okay, so have you ever been in that situation, that really common spot where, like, the English words are all there in your head, you know exactly what you want to say, but
Yeah.
then the second you try to actually speak, it's like, poof, nothing comes out. It happens all the time, right? Whether you're maybe dreaming of studying somewhere else or just trying to chat with people online, it's super frustrating. You're definitely not alone there.
Oh, absolutely. That's the classic I know it, but I can't say it syndrome. It's incredibly common. And feeling nervous about it, totally normal.
Yeah.
Actually acknowledging that nervousness is, kind of the first step.
Exactly. And that's why we're doing this deep dive today. We're digging into some great material, mainly speakeasy, conquering English-speaking nerves.
Hmm.
The mission here is to pull out practical things, stuff you can actually use to build confidence. We want to get past just knowing the words to actually, well, doing the speaking.
Right. And a really big idea, maybe the core philosophy from the start, is shifting focus, moving away from that pressure of,
Yeah.
you know, perfect grammar. That can really hold you back. The goal should be something more achievable and honestly, way more important, connection. Because let's be real, everyone makes mistakes. I mean, even native speakers do all the time. So embracing that imperfection, it's not just okay, it's essential.
Okay, let's unpack that a bit more because those fears, when you're learning, they feel pretty real. Like worrying about messing up a word or maybe someone laughing. That feels totally fair, doesn't it?
It does feel fair,
Yeah.
absolutely. But the material we're looking at offers a great way to reframe it. Think about speaking like, well, like learning to ride a bike. You don't just read about it and hop on perfectly first time. You try, you wobble, maybe you fall off, you get back on. It's active. It's not just memorizing rules, it's building a skill through practice. And here's a key insight. If you can get your thoughts across, even imperfectly, you're winning. Communication, that's the real goal, not some kind of flawless performance.
That's such a huge shift, isn't it? From chasing perfection to just getting the message out. Wow. It feels like that alone lifts a massive weight off your shoulders.
Okay.
Oh, so if connection beats perfection, what are the actual steps, the practical things we can do? Our source, Speakeasy, it lays out three small, really actionable steps, which I like, small steps.
Yeah, they're very manageable. The first one is basically listen more, but listen actively. Don't just have English playing in the background. Really tune into podcasts, songs, maybe YouTube videos. Pay attention to the sounds, the flow.
Right, active listening. And here's a part I found really interesting, this technique called shadowing. Can you break that down?
Ah, shadowing, yes.
Yeah.
It's quite powerful. Basically, you listen to a short bit of audio, just a sentence or two, then you pause it,
Yeah.
and you immediately repeat what you just heard. Try to copy everything, the pronunciation, the rhythm, the intonation, the ups and downs. It's like you're being the speaker's echo.
Okay, mimicking them.
Exactly. And the reason it works so well is it builds muscle memory for your mouth, your tongue, your lips. They start learning the movements needed for English sounds. You begin to sound more natural almost without thinking too hard about it because your mouth sort of knows what to do.
That makes total sense, like a physical workout for your speech muscles.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so listen actively, try shadowing. What's step two?
Step two is speak a little every single day. Consistency is key, even just 5 minutes. And this is where what we could call the weird works method comes in. Seriously, talk to yourself, maybe in the mirror, maybe just while you're doing stuff. Describe what's happening. I'm making tea. Oh, it's raining today. Simple things.
Okay, I could picture some people thinking, talk to myself. Really, it sounds a bit strange on the surface.
It might feel strange at first, but the source material points out why it's so effective. Zero judgment. When you're just talking to yourself, there's no pressure, no fear of mistakes. It helps you get comfortable just forming the words, making the sounds. It's like a safe little practice zone before you talk to other people.
Right, a private rehearsal space. Okay, that makes sense. And the third step.
The third step is to find a buddy or a community. You need to actually use the language with others eventually. This could be, finding a language exchange partner online, or even just using voice messages more. Think apps like HelloTalk, Tandem, or just sending voice notes on WhatsApp to friends who are maybe also learning.
Yeah, but what if you're thinking, I don't really know many English speakers? That's a real block for some people.
That's a valid point.
Does the material suggest anything for that?
It does. The advice is to actively look for communities. You could join English-speaking groups online, maybe on Telegram, or Reddit has language subreddits, or even find like a virtual book club or a hobby group that operates in English. They are out there.
So be proactive about finding those spaces.
Exactly. And again, the mindset here, when you do connect, isn't about nailing every grammar point. It's just about using the language, engaging, trying things out. That's the focus.
Again, another thing that causes a lot of anxiety, and the material tackles this too, is that horrible moment when you just freeze mid-sentence. You know, you're talking and suddenly blank. The word is gone. We've all been there.
Oh, definitely. And the solution offered is so simple, but so useful. Use fillers. These little phrases or sounds buy you a second to think. Things like, let me think, or how should I put this? Or even just a natural or it signals you're still thinking, you haven't just stopped.
And it's reassuring because, as the source points out, this is completely natural, right? Like everyone does this. It even mentions teachers using them. So knowing that just takes the pressure off. It's not failure. It's just talking.
Precisely. It normalizes it.
We also got into the power of like small wins, little moments of success in speaking, and how that immediate feedback loop can really build your confidence over time.
Yeah, there's a great little example in the material. Imagine someone asks you a simple question like, what do you usually do in the evening? And you manage to answer naturally, maybe something like, well, in the evening, I usually have dinner with my family. Then I might watch a TV show or study a bit. Sometimes I go for a walk.
Yeah.
The simple, normal answer.
Right. And the feeling described after managing that, even that small exchange, it's like, yes, nailed it. That little success feels genuinely good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it makes you feel more capable for the next time. It builds momentum.
Exactly right. It ties back perfectly to that little by little idea. Those small, consistent efforts, those mini victories, they add up. They build on each other until you realize, hey, you're actually making noticeable progress.
So wrapping this all up, what's the big takeaway for you listening right now?
Yeah.
What we've really distilled from this deep dive is, I think, quite powerful. Speaking English, it's not really about being perfect. It's much more about being brave. Just, giving it a go.
And the steps you can take right now are simple. Like the material says, talk to your cat, talk to your phone screen, talk to the mirror, use those fillers, listen actively, find someone to chat with, even for a few minutes. The most important thing, just don't stop trying. That willingness to keep going, even when it feels awkward, that's what truly makes the difference.
Totally agree. So building on that, on being brave and just trying, here's something to think about. Where else in your learning, or maybe even just in your day-to-day life, would you apply that same idea? Prioritizing progress, prioritizing the doing, over waiting for perfection. What have you been maybe putting off because you're scared it won't be perfect first time? Something to mull over.